Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Strength Students podcast. I'm your co-host, Steve Carty.
And I'm the other guy, Nick.
And we're here at legendary CrossFit Milford with Coach Jay Leydon. How you doing today?
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be on the show.
Yeah, we finally made it. We made it. We were
Dude,
going through all like the people you've trained, and we're trying to like knock them down,
make our way up the list. So at one point, the games was like sign-up basis.
First year's games just sign up. Like that was your OPT one. It was just everybody was just like, hey, you know, because they're like, let's hold a comp. You know, it's just like the way you start, let's do a competition. Like, all right, cool, we'll do a competition at Castro's Ranch.
That's amazing.
And it's like, you know, so it was like OPT and Amundsen and all those originals. You know, and they got down. It was CrossFit Total, it was a hill run, and it was like the row and then shoulder overhead chest bar workout. And it was awesome. And then the second year, again, the same thing. I think there was more, I think the second year, individuals had to try out, and then the third year was kind of tryouts for everybody. And then the year after that, the first year at Carson was the first year the teams could do it with a tryout, which was sectionals was held here. We made it there. And I think that's what builds foundation and stability for people who want to continually have a presence, is not trying to rush. And you see that. People who will put together like quote-unquote super teams or pull people from here and pull someone from there. And then like, yeah, they have a go at it and they do good, but the next year they're done and they're nowhere around anymore, right? So versus building a team that's constantly there and stable and training hard and there for the long run. So that's what I've always tried to develop, whether it's with our competitors or with our normal gym, is just steady, consistent growth. I never want to have like 200 members right away. I want to slowly build every single month from when we started and try to make sure the system's in place and have the foundation set so we can do everything and be successful and give people the need. And then same thing with the competitors. Make sure that we're continually building that over time so that it is there for the long run. It is there for longevity. It's not like a one-hit wonder with them, you know. The essence in what we're trying to do with CrossFit is just make people better, make people fitter, make people be able to live a longer, healthier life. I think someone came in the other day, old guys like in his 70s, got a bunch of problems, talking about like he's a little intimidated, and it was like, listen, but like I don't care, like I just want you to be able to live your life. Like I don't want you to ever put a bar over your head. I might even want you to ever touch a bar. I just want you to be able to come in here and do what you need to do to live a better life. And that means like playing with your grandkids, being able to put the milk in the refrigerator, like whatever that means for you, right, is what we want to get you to do, right? And I think that's what people got to understand is what the essence of CrossFit is.
Like,
essentially, you have this bank account inside your body. And every time you train, you're going to pull from it, right? Because you need adaptation. Adaptation occurs through stress. However, everything else in life pulls from this bank account. So sleep, hydration, nutrition, life, financials, argument with your spouses, like whatever it might be is going to pull from that. So if you're already coming into the gym with this depleted bank account and then you try to apply like a 5x5 back squat at 80%, coupled with the muscle ups and everything else, and then, and we do a Metcon, like your body's like, dude, I'm done. Yeah, it's over. I got nothing. I have nothing. Yeah, like your body doesn't dictate between getting punched in the face or lifting a barbell. It's stress is stress. So you got to know how to apply that to members on a whole. And once you can kind of get that figured out and develop that rhythm for yourself and your members and your athletes, then you're going to start creating a lot more longevity in both areas. So you have your reactive strength, and you have your absolute strength, you have your speed strength, you have your local muscular endurance, you have your power, and you have all these different facets, right? So it's like, well, how can we build proper muscular endurance in a mixed modality standpoint? So how can we build that? And then with athletes knowing, all right, well, is it their lower body push versus pull, which is weaker, and upper body push versus pull that's weaker? So we started diving into that a lot more, and where do people fatigue more? What are the fatigue factors more? And we found it, and we found movements that kind of fatigue people faster than other movements. It's like, well, now how do we train it? So we basically just went back and looked at the same thing that you do if you're running or rowing. It's like, well, how do you train to operate faster at this, right? And it's like, well, threshold training, lactate threshold training. Like, well, let's start applying that now to CrossFit, right, and see how it goes. So I think in the scope of training, I think it's super relatively new because it's just lactate threshold training from a CrossFit perspective, right? But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's something that's always been around. You know, It's just applying it to a different sport, to different modalities.
Want more of the Strength Students podcast? Go check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, make sure you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and on Stitcher. Stitcher, I just met her.